The best zombie movies of 2019 deliver non-stop action, brutal horror, and terrifying undead chaos. If you're looking for extreme horror, intense gore, and relentless undead attacks, you've come to the right place. From fast-running zombies to post-apocalyptic survival, this list will test your nerves. Warning: viewer discretion is advised. These films are not for the weak. Yummy. In an abandoned hospital in Eastern Europe, a young woman undergoes plastic surgery, but instead of improving her appearance, she ends up in a real nightmare. Her boyfriend, discovering suspicious experiments on patients, accidentally unleashes something that should never see the light of day: hordes of hungry zombies. The hospital turns into a death trap where doctors, patients, and staff struggle to survive. Yummy is a horror thrill ride full of black humor, bloody butchery, and grotesque scenes. There is no shortage of disgusting moments and absurd situations in this macabre fight for life, making this film a real treat for fans of gory yet entertaining horror cinema. Blood Quantum. In a world where the dead come back to life, the Mi'kmaq indigenous community of the Red Crow Reservation encounters something unusual. They are immune to a mysterious infection that turns people into bloodthirsty zombies. When infected outsiders try to enter their settlement, the residents must face a battle not only to survive, but to preserve their identity. Blood Quantum is a brutal, suspenseful story about the conflict between a world that has passed and one that is about to be born, a world where the natives have the upper hand, but can they use it? It's a tale of family, betrayal, and a brutal struggle for the future in a world where the line between man and monster becomes increasingly blurred. Black Summer. Black Summer is a brutal, realistic zombie apocalypse series that stands out for its intensity and lack of classic patterns. The action begins in the first days of the outbreak, when chaos engulfs cities and people desperately fight for survival. The story follows Rose, a mother who is separated from her daughter and will do anything to find her. Together with random survivors, she has to face not only terrifying, fast zombies, but also people who become just as dangerous under extreme conditions. The series is raw and relentless, giving its characters no moment of rest. Every second could be their last. The creators rely on long takes, minimal exposition, and realistic reactions, making Black Summer one of the most claustrophobic and terrifying visions of the zombie apocalypse. Zombieland. Double Tap. 10 years after the events of the first film, Columbus, Tallahassee, Wichita, and Little Rock are still traversing the post-apocalyptic United States, eliminating zombies and trying to adapt to their new world. They settle in the abandoned White House, but their peaceful existence is disrupted when Little Rock decides to run away with her newly met boyfriend. Wichita also departs, leaving Columbus heartbroken. Soon, however, they encounter an eccentric new character, Madison, and the belligerent Nevada, who helps them on another rescue mission. Meanwhile, the zombies evolve, becoming even more dangerous and difficult to defeat. The heroes must face hordes of mutated monsters, and their journey leads them to an eccentric hippie commune, where the final battle for survival takes place. Zombieland. Double Tap is an action-packed sequel filled with humor, absurd situations, and non-stop thrills. Little Monsters. A group of kindergarten students embarks on what seems like an ordinary field trip, but their day turns into a nightmare when a nearby military base loses control of an experimental virus, turning people into zombies. Dave, a misfit trying to impress his charming teacher, Miss Caroline, volunteers to be a chaperone, unaware that he's about to face the toughest test of his life. As hordes of the undead surround the area, Miss Caroline does everything she can to keep the children's spirits up, pretending it's all part of the fun. She's assisted by Dave and an arrogant TV star, but survival demands cunning, courage, and a heavy dose of humor. Between terrifying attacks and absurd situations, the characters must fight for their lives without letting fear take over. And that's a wrap. These best zombie movies of 2019 prove that the undead horror genre is still alive and kicking, literally. If you survived this brutal, gore-filled ride, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more extreme horror rankings. Which movie from this list was your favorite? Or did we miss a must-watch zombie film? Drop a comment below. Stay prepared, because the undead never rest.